Razer's tagline for the Death Adder Chroma V2 is more power, more control, more color. I really couldn't say it any better myself. This entry-level option from Razer delivers the company's standard gaming mouse performance in an affordable package, featuring an ergonomic design, good quality materials, 2 additional mouse buttons, and the 16.8 million RGB LED variety featured in all of Razer's Chroma products. The high point here is obviously the price. The Death Adder doesn't have any weaknesses, but it also doesn't do much to stand out from the crowd. That isn't necessarily a drawback, either. The minimalist approach means it's a good fit for games and budgets of all walks. HyperX's Pulsefire FPS wants to be the go-to gaming mouse for FPS titles, as you might have guessed from the name. For $50, you're getting a Razer-focused gaming mouse that boasts a Pixar 3310 sensor and the standard, but very welcome, 4 DPI settings, switchable via a central button. The Pulsefire FPS naturally pairs with the HyperX Alloy FPS gaming keyboard, with both featuring handsome, red and black wrapped cables. While the Pulsefire FPS's lightweight design is probably great for FPS titles specifically, I prefer a little more weight with my mice, and it felt a bit loose/jittery during a title like StarCraft. Then again, if you're primarily looking for an FPS-focused mouse, the Pulsefire is one of the best options I tested. Just don't expect it to be as good for games across multiple genres. The Logitech G403 Prodigy is based on one of the company's more affordable wired mice, and it comes with most of the standard, game-facing Logitech features. You'll get variable RGB LEDs of course, as well as Logitech's adjustable loose/granular mouse wheel. There are 2 left-side mounted buttons, and Logitech even includes a 10 grams weight that can be inserted into the bottom of the mouse for added precision and control. You're essentially paying $30 more here for the wireless ability compared to the wired version of the G403 Prodigy, and that's the most important aspect to consider. While the $70 G403 stands out as one of Logitech's more affordable feature-focused mice, the wireless edition packages that same functionality with the added flexibility of using a USB dongle and ditching the wire. The SteelSeries Rival is a very solid mouse, but it's also very specialized. I have a feeling if you need this mouse, you know about it already. The key feature of the Rival 500 is the sheer amount of programmable buttons this thing has. With 15 different buttons in tow, it's basically a keyboard replacement. This is a setup that's ideal for games with lots of macros of cooldown skills, think MMOs or even MOBAs. However, I found that the Rival 500's generous controls may also contribute to its biggest problem, a lack of weight. As with other mice with 10+ buttons, there's just not much heft to the body of the mouse itself. With no option to add more weights, the mouse feels feather-light, and not in a good way. This isn't a huge issue, especially if you like lightweight mice, but it's the cost of essentially having a keyboard in your right hand. Somewhat ridiculous name aside, we've got to hand our best value pick to Logitech's affordable, mid-range Proteus Spectrum gaming mouse. My first impressions of this mouse were very positive. Despite how many buttons it has, it's quite intuitive. While you won't get the versatility of a wired/wireless combo here, the G502 delivers a lot of value for the very reasonable starting price of $80. What's more, it's widely available for $60 online, and as low as $40 in some instances. What a steal! Even if you're not familiar with Logitech's standard gaming mouse filigree, the G502 is very intuitive. It features two center/top buttons, one for toggling the mouse wheel between loose and granular settings, and one for adjusting DPI presets on the fly. This is the case for most Logitech mice, but it's nice to get both options on such an affordable product, and one that also features multiple tunable buttons. The G502 also uses a handy LED-based DPI indicator for various settings: normal, fast, super fast, and slow, so it's especially good for shooter scenarios where different weapons call for different optimal speeds.